In this video, I'm going to talk you through how you go about designing the ideal home office. And there are several things that you should consider when designing your home office. First of all, it should be somewhere that you use for work and for no other purpose. So you want to have somewhere that's separate from other parts of your house. So it could mean having your home office in a spare bedroom, in a shed or outbuilding, or in a garage or basement. You should also make sure that there's plenty of natural light coming into your home office. So if you have your home office in a basement, you should make sure that there is a skylight or some other means of getting natural light into the basement, into your home office. And you should make sure that there is adequate artificial lighting as well, so your eyes aren't strained by looking at the computer screen in poor lighting. And you should also avoid fluorescent lights, neon lights, because they can be straining on your eyes. And you should have a separate phone line for your home office, a separate phone line with voicemail, so that it's separate from your home phone, so that you can keep your work calls and your private calls separate. Now you're going to be spending a lot of time here, so it should be a pleasant environment, paint the walls a nice color and make sure that there's nice carpet on the floor and so on, because you're going to be here for quite a lot of time. This is where you're going to spend your working day. And you want to keep functionality in mind when you're designing your home office. A vintage roll-top desk might look fantastic in the antique shop, but it's not going to accommodate your computer, your printer, your phone, and other paraphernalia, so it's probably not a good idea to get one of those. And an antique dining chair looks great, but it's not designed to be sat on all day. So again, you need to keep functionality in mind. So you want to have your desk at the right height, and you want to have a comfortable chair to sit on. One of those ergonomic chairs, for example, if you have trouble with your back, because again, you're going to be spending a lot of time sitting in that chair at your computer. And you want to have enough storage space as well, enough space to put things to keep them to hand. So we're talking about shelving for books and files and filing cabinets, places that you can store stuff and keep it handy. And you want to make sure that you have enough electrical sockets, enough electrical outlets. You don't want to have extension leads traipsing all over the place, because they can be a hazard. And you want to pay attention to the heating and the air conditioning. This is something that a lot of people don't really think about until the last minute. But again, you're going to be there all day, so you want to make sure that it's a nice temperature, a nice environment to work in. So you need to pay attention to that, particularly if you're siting your home office somewhere like a shed or a basement that may not have heating or air conditioning laid on. Okay, let's take a look at some example home offices. I suppose this one is actually a bad example, but it's typical of the sort of setup a lot of people have when they first start working from home. For a start, you can see that it's a bedroom. There's a bed over there on the left-hand side of the picture. The desk is an old dining table by the looks of it, and it's all strewn with papers. Everything's in a muddle. You can't really see that chair because it's all covered in clothing, but it doesn't look like it's a particularly comfortable one. You've got extension leads and wires all over the place. It looks like there's an old microwave oven underneath the printer there. In fact, this could be a student dorm room, perhaps. You'll also notice that there's a window-mounted air conditioning unit sitting right there, right where the person's going to be sitting, so they're going to be sitting in a cold draft. And it's not very conducive to actually getting much work done. And whoever has this home office will probably struggle. Let's look at one that's slightly better. Now this one's slightly better. You can see that they've got the desk at the right height, and they've got the computer there, and there's plenty of natural light. It's a bit messy, but other than that, it's not too bad. You can see they've got a desk lamp as well for when it's dark. And whoever has this office, although they seem to be slightly disorganized, will probably do better than the people in the previous example. Let's look at one more. Now this is more like it. You can see that everything looks quite organized. Looks like they've only just moved in, so there's not a lot of uh, files or other things being in the office, but it looks like it's a nicely laid out office. You've got the desk at the right height, you've got a proper chair to sit in, looks like there's a filing cabinet and file box. The printer, scanner, copier unit there is within easy reach. They've got a desk lamp for when it's dark. You can see they've got some natural light coming in. The room's fairly plain, but it doesn't look too bad. There's nothing too distracting. You can't tell whether this room is used for anything else, but I'd hazard a guess that it's probably a spare bedroom or something like that, because there's no evidence of other furniture or other uses. You can see that they've got an extension block at the back there at the bottom of the desk, but it's all neat and out of the way, and whoever has this home office will probably be quite productive. So there you go, something to think about when you're designing your own home office.